Hello, friends. Welcome back. We are two-thirds of the way through this terrible season, ranked 49th in Platinum 3 right now. Today we're taking on X-K9, the brothers, with the little zero instead of the O. We got a good one today, so let's get right to it. Going in with an all-void team today. So we're putting in Omega Red for the damage synergy, and then popping on Killmonger for a little bit of regeneration here. So all in on Void, no Blade as a backup or a crutch, as it were. All right, so first up, we only have a Doc Ock. This is the SP2 bias enhanced SP2 node. This is the only fight I have in Tier 1. Usually I get somebody on the immunity node, but I guess not. So, Doc Ock, his SP2 sucks because it's difficult to see the rocks when he throws them. So it's pretty much, you got to back up as far as possible and either, just chance it or just block them. Or, the better approach is, of course, don't even let him get to the SP2. The other problem with Doc Ock is that his reach, he's very aggressive, and his reach on his heavies and his mediums are pretty far, like, farther than Guillotine, I would say. So it's, it's sometimes difficult to dex him. All right, moving on, we have a 565 Domino. I can't remember what this Domino's signature ability was at. I don't think it was max. I think it was hovering around like 80 or 100. So, a decent amount of degen, not too much. I used medium boosts here because I'm pretty sure when I did this war, I was in the hospital. So my son had just been born, and he was in the nursery at the time. So I had 15-20 minutes free to do my path. So didn't take any time away from the family, which is good. So I also used a Power Start 1 boost. This was so I could get a debuff on Domino right away before she had a chance to go lucky, and before I had a chance to go unlucky, because that's when the debuffs will fail to trigger. So other than that, I am trying my damnedest to hold block when she hits into me with a medium attack. I have stopped myself from trying to dex out of her medium attack, mid attack, I would say, but later on, she does block break me anyways. I'm convinced 100% that this is a bug with her. It needs to be addressed. It probably will never be addressed because it causes too many revives. It causes too many potions. Things that affect the developer are hot fixed within an hour or two. Things that affect us as players are left, to simmer for months. So. Other than that, standard Domino fight, trying to keep her at her S2 because it's much easier to dodge and punish. I don't really feel comfortable punishing her S1. I always feel like I'm going to dash back in and get parried. Plus, if you're unlucky, you can't evade the S1. You have to block it. So S2, always better to push her to. The danger, of course, there I get block broken. I was praying that she didn't get her S3, but now I'm stuck against the wall. She's almost at her S3. Fortunately, she throws it at the last second. I am able to get a punish in, and now I'm here. I'm just trying to finish off the fight as quickly as possible. I don't get another unique debuff, but the degen is doing its work. Push her to S2, and there she goes. So, pretty happy with that fight, all things considered, yeah. All right, next up we have another Iron Man. What a surprise! So I have to use 3 potions here because I got the health boost on, so it's a lot more than I normally would have to. Other than that, the Iron Man fight here is pretty standard. So it would take a few minutes to talk about the next season and what is going to be coming up for me, coming up for this channel. Not really sure yet what we're doing. So there's been a lot of discussions in my alliance about how we're going to approach Season 10. So the map is changing for everybody, and then there are brand new nodes for pretty much every tier. The nodes are crap. It seems like, even after a cursory analysis of them, the likelihood exists that there will be numerous near impossible fights within the first couple wars. Once people in the community latch on to these fights, war is just going to cease being fun. And for me, I've been pretty open in these videos about how war has kind of stopped being stop being interesting. Not interesting, just stop being fun. It's just too much pressure. The rewards are awful for how much you have to put into them. I think I watched a video from Brian Grant the other day, or today, I forget when. And he basically said that the value of going into every war in a season and just losing, the rewards that you get for losing every war in a season are worth, essentially putting in no effort. But the effort that you have to put into seasons now, and especially going forward in the next season or two, just aren't worth it. I spend 2 or 3 boosts every war. Most of the time I don't spend units on those, and I get them from the Alliance Quest events and the solo events. I don't think I've spent units on boosts yet this season. But I could be using those boosts to clear solo content, and I'd like to be doing that going forward. But alright, so this is a good one. This is a Nick Fury on Arc Overload. I've never fought Nick Fury in a war. I've only fought him a few times in EQ. So I'm popping on a vulnerability boost here, just because I know at some point I'll probably get tagged, and I'll need that to save me. So I don't really know much about his abilities, just because I haven't fought him that much. I do know that I want to push him to his S2 where possible, and then I want Petrifies as usual on this node to let the Arc Overload do its work. I think there is something with those tactical charges that he gets. I don't remember what number I have to keep them under before he goes unblockable. Probably should have done a little bit more research, but it was late, and I was tired, and I didn't really want to deal with it, so there we go. So he throws his S1, the entire S1 is unblockable, so it looks like 15 charges is where it's at. And I'm trying to wait for them to drop off, but now I'm stuck against the wall. He's at 14, they're falling off too slowly. Parrying removes one, but it's not looking too good for me. So I've got the double Petrify up. He blocks my special one, no good. Got another one coming up here. At least I can push him to his S2, maybe. I guess I dodged this one too late, because then he parries me instead of me being able to punish him, so I take another combo. So, my health boosts that I'm put on, and Void's high health pool, really putting in some work here, despite the class disadvantage from Nick. So, and I'm not even in, we're over halfway done with the fight, and, I haven't even hit his second phase, which is more difficult, so. Alright, so at least I've got Fear of the Void up. Trying to just survive at this point, I think. So there you go. So he gets the Fury buff. He shrugs off Fear of the Void, which is interesting. I didn't know that he would do that. I figured he would shrug off debuffs, but Fear of the Void is a passive. So I was a little surprised to see that happen. And it doesn't come back. But I do get lucky and get a third unique debuff right away. So maximum degen going on right now. Trying to intercept, pull off one there because he's stun immune, and I don't want to risk trying to bait out another special 3 or special 1 while he's unblockable, and I do anyway. So there we go. So 5% health. He's healing up from Arc Overload because my debuffs got shrugged off yet again somehow. Again, not really fully understanding the mechanics at play here, but I do get through the fight with a decent amount of health and move on to this Cable Mini. I think I consider healing up here, but I've already used like 5 L4 potions in this war, and more boosts than I typically like to. So I'm just going to go in at 60% health. and just try and take this cable down. Um, I don't think, yeah, so I do push him over special 2 just because I don't want to take the block damage from his S1 if I don't have to, and I can fully evade the S2 there. Infinite parry, so I'm not really worried about that. I do have to pay a little bit of attention to the power gain when I push him over bar of power. So he's got 1 running now. Also have to be worried, he's playing aggressively in this fight, so I have to hit into his block if I can to create some space. My parry fails there, and I take a 2-hit combo. Um, so yeah, just trying to bait out that last special 2. He's not being very cooperative here. So hit into his block, and I'm running out of blocked hits. Thankfully, he finally throws that S2, and I can restart the cycle here. Parry again doesn't work. That's a thing. I've also noticed. I don't think it's a problem in this war, but maybe the next one. That my inputs are dropping on my second medium. So like I'll go in for a combo and do medium, light, 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 and then I'll swipe forward for the final medium, and my character will just stand there and take a combo instead of actually finishing my own combo. So that's happened to me several times in arena. I don't know that it's happened in war yet, but so cable goes down. My gamble pays off for me. Bit of an expensive war, so like I said, 5 L4 potions, bringing my total for the season up to 28. All of those are fueled by glory, though, so I haven't paid for any of them. No deaths, which is good, but another loss for us. This is a challenging season, to say the least. We've had some people leave mid-season, so it's been on-the-fly replacements, on-the-fly defense adjustments, path adjustments. My battle group has seen little to no change, but so it's really the other 2 battle groups. Just it's not necessarily anybody's fault. It's just I think the problem right now is a lot of higher tier alliances are also giving up on war. And I think at the time of this recording, actually, a big name alliance like For Loki is actually ranked below us. So I think a lot of these top tier alliances are more or less just throwing wars, but in doing so, it's dropping their war rating down so far, so that they're being matched up with us, who are actually trying, and we're getting our asses kicked because these defenses from these higher tier alliances are just so solid. But it is what it is. I think things will be a little different for season 10. We'll see how that shapes up. Until then, take it easy.